Welcome to Citi Field for a very special ceremony celebrating the 40th anniversary of the world champion 1986 New York Mets. Please welcome the radio voice of the Mets, Howie Rose.
Thank you. Thank you very much and good afternoon. Today we are proud to reunite a group that provided one of the most memorable championship seasons of any team in any sport in New York history. These guys had a collective look in their eyes as far back as spring training that told everyone that they and we were in for a wild ride. And was it ever wild? Their manager, Davey Johnson, told his players that they weren't just going to win, they were going to dominate. And that's exactly what they did, winning a remarkable 108 regular season games, finishing 21.5 games ahead of the second-place Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. But the biggest thrills and the greatest amount of nerve-wracking excitement took place during an incredible postseason when every ounce of this team's talent, determination, and resilience was put to the test. Each time, as everything seemed to be working against them, they found a way. Only a team with a unique blend of virtuoso skill, guts, and leadership could have survived so many bumps in the road. And once they did, they earned a ride down the smoothest terrain a New York team can travel, the Canyon of Heroes. Today, we celebrate one of the most beloved teams in New York sports history, the 1986 world champion New York Mets.
If one thing or another broke a different way Saturday night, some people would have said failure.
Well, that's what this game's all about. You can never take anything for granted, and it happened for us. We deserve it. We had the best record in baseball. We should be the world champs.
Let's wish you a happy new year.
Song of the year is We Are the World.
You start out thinking of a great season. This is the type of day you've been dreaming about.
That's won 20 games this year.
Fastball got him looking. Oh, brother.
Next at the movies, Top Gun.
From Shea Stadium in Flushing, New York. Now look at this. By Mookie Wilson. There's a drive into right center, and that'll win the ballgame.
Album of the year, Madonna.
Now we have the video for Let's Go Mets.
Come on! Let's go!
And we will be back.
I wanted to see these people go crazy.
They are number one.
Line to right center field. It'll be extra base hit. This will have the feel of a true fall classic. He's gone. An unexpected guest at Shea Stadium. Here comes Mitchell to score the tying run.
Mookie, have you ever seen anything like this?
Behind the bag. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. He struck him out. Struck him out. The Mets have won the World Series. The dream has come true.
Just goes to show you, if you keep fighting and there, things can happen.
Your dream began in spring training and culminated by bringing the championship to the Big Apple.
You make my dreams come true.
You know what? 40 years later, it is still as sweet as that champagne they spilled all over each other in the clubhouse. So now let's acknowledge a few special guests who join us for today's celebration. We begin by honoring the architects of the team. Hired in 1981 as the director of scouting, he helped build an enormous talent pipeline to create the roster that brought a world championship to Queens. 1986 Mets assistant general manager, Joe McIlvaine. Hired as the Mets general manager in 1980, Frank Cashin began rebuilding the club and restocking the Mets farm system. In 1986, the result was a franchise record 108 regular season wins and an October parade. Representing his late father, please welcome Frank's son, Greg Cashin. Their work behind the scenes helped keep the Mets healthy and championship ready all season long. Please welcome assistant trainer Bob Sykes and athletic trainer Steve Garland. He worked tirelessly to help prepare the pitching staff during the season, the bullpen catcher, Rob Dromerhauser. Hitting coach and first base coach Bill Robinson was a key voice behind the offense of a championship lineup. Please welcome his son, Bill, and grandson, Tyler. Bullpen coach Vern Hoscheit, known for saying it's a 3 o'clock bus, be on it or be under it. He helped guide one of baseball's most dominant pitching staffs to a world championship. Please welcome Vern's daughters, Sherry and Kathy. From world champion shortstop in 1969 to a vital member of the 1986 coaching staff, Bud Harrelson helped lead another title from the third base coach's box. Please welcome Buddy's widow, Kim. Davey Johnson is the winningest manager in Mets franchise history, but his greatest achievement came in 1986 when he led the Mets to their second world championship. Please welcome Davey's stepson, Jeremiah Allen. Now he's the Vice President of Alumni Relations and team historian. Also the Mets Hall of Fame Achievement Award recipient. In 1986, he was the team's very busy public relations director, and quite simply, one of the most cherished people in the history of this organization, Jay Harwitz. And now, let's welcome our 1986 World Champion Mets players. Tim Tuffle and Wally Backman formed an ideal platoon at second base. Tim appeared in 93 games while also providing one of the most satisfying moments from that season when he hit a pinch hit, game-winning grand slam against the Phillies. Wally was a switch-hitting second baseman who hit .320 in 124 games for the Mets in 1986 and also hit .333 with a .429 on-base percentage against the Red Sox in the World Series. Randy Neiman and Danny Heap provided reliable support on both sides of the ball. Randy was a lefty reliever who recorded a 3.79 ERA in 31 appearances for the '86 Mets. And after his playing career ended, he returned to the Mets organization as an instructor and served as the team's bullpen coach for 7 seasons. Danny Heap was acquired in a 1982 trade with the Houston Astros. He hit .282 with a .379 on-base percentage in 1986, the last of his 4 seasons as a New York Met. Doug Sisk and Ed Hearn provided admirably when called upon. Doug recorded a 3.06 ERA over 41 appearances for the '86 Mets, and also made 2 scoreless appearances in the postseason that year. Ed was thrown into the spotlight in 1986 when Gary Carter tore a ligament in his thumb. Ed played 49 games for the Mets as their backup catcher. Kevin Mitchell and Lee Mazzilli represent a wide range of experience on the 1986 Mets, and they both came up huge. In his first full season as a big leaguer in '86, Kevin showcased his defensive versatility by playing both the infield and outfield, also recording a pinch hit single as part of the Mets' 10th inning rally in Game 6 of the World Series, and of course he scored the tying run. One of the newest members of the Mets Hall of Fame, Lee Mazzilli spent his first 6 seasons as a star with the Mets and rejoined the club as a mid-season signing in 1986. He would go on to collect 3 hits over 10 postseason at-bats that year. Rafael Santana and Kevin Elster solidified the infield. Rafael ranked 5th among National League shortstops with 369 assists in '86, and also started all 13 of the Mets' postseason games that year. Kevin made his major league debut as a September call-up. He went on to play 6 more seasons for the Mets, at one point setting a major league record with 88 consecutive errorless games at shortstop. Bobby Ojeda and Sid Fernandez were southpaws who feared no one. Acquired in a trade with Boston in the winter of '85, Bobby enjoyed a dominant debut season with the Mets. He was their winningest pitcher that year, going 18-5, and he led the National League in winning percentage, finishing 4th in Cy Young voting. He also recorded a 2.33 ERA over 4 postseason starts, including a critical win in Game 3 of the World Series at Fenway Park. El Cid established career highs with 16 wins and 200 strikeouts in '86. He was named to the National League All-Star team that year, becoming the first Hawaiian-born player to appear in the Midsummer Classic. And his relief work in Game 7 of the World Series held the Mets in until they could complete their comeback. Ray Knight and Howard Johnson locked down third base. Ray hit .298 with 37 extra base hits and 76 runs batted in. He would provide more timely hitting in October, batting .391, including his epic go-ahead home run in the 7th inning of Game 7 of the World Series against the Red Sox. And that earned him, as well as the rest of his efforts, the honor of the World Series Most Valuable Player. The franchise's all-time leader in home runs by a switch hitter, Hojo played 88 games for the '86 Mets. His memorable moments that year included a game-tying home run against Cardinals closer Todd Worrell, and he would get Worrell a few other times along the way, and a 14th inning go-ahead home run against the Reds in July. Jesse Orozco and Roger McDowell formed a dominant lefty-righty partnership in the bullpen. Over a career that spanned 24 seasons, Jesse set a major league record which holds today more appearances than any pitcher in baseball history, with 1,252. But it was in 1986 that he locked up some of the most iconic moments in Mets history. He won 3 games in the National League Championship Series and memorably struck out Marty Barrett before sending his glove to the sky and delivering the Mets their 2nd World Championship. Though he was notorious for his clubhouse pranks, famous might be an even better word, Roger McDowell's contribution to the '86 championship was serious business. That year, he won 14 games, all out of the bullpen, and allowed just 1 hit over 7 brilliant scoreless innings in the National League Championship Series, and appeared in 5 World Series games and was the winning pitcher in Game 7 of the World Series. Gary Carter combined elite on-field performance with inspiring leadership. The beloved Hall of Fame catcher finished 3rd in 1986 National League MVP voting after hitting 24 home runs and driving in 105 runs during the regular season. That October, he delivered a game-winning single in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series and hit 2 home runs in Game 4 of the World Series. And of course, he ignited the famous 10th inning rally with a 2-out single in Game 6 of the World Series. We're proud to welcome Gary's widow, Sandy, and their children, DJ, Christy, and Kimmy. Darryl Strawberry and Lenny Dykstra form 2/3 of a dynamic outfield. One of the most imposing power hitters of his era, Straw led the Mets with 27 home runs in the '86 season. He hit 3 home runs during the Mets playoff run, including a game-tying blast in Game 5 of the LCS off of Nolan Ryan, and a solo homer in the 8th inning of Game 7 in the World Series. Known for his trademark intensity, Lenny Dykstra made 96 starts as the Mets leadoff hitter at '86. He earned the nickname Nails and delivered several key hits in the 1986 postseason, including his walk-off home run in Game 3 of the National League Championship Series and a leadoff home run in Game 3 of the World Series. Ron Darling and Dwight Gooden were right-handed leaders in the rotation. Armed with a 5-pitch repertoire, Ronnie pitched 237 innings and ranked 3rd in the National League with a 2.81 ERA in 1986. And he also recorded a 1.53 ERA over his 3 World Series starts. One of the most dominant pitchers in Mets history, Doc followed up his incredible 1985 Cy Young campaign with a 17-win season in 1986, ranking 5th in the National League with a 2.84 ERA, and pitched a complete game victory against the Cubs to clinch the National League East title. Keith Hernandez and Mookie Wilson were clubhouse leaders, regarded as perhaps the greatest defensive first baseman of all time. Keith was a clutch-hitting lefty who batted .310 and led the National League with 94 walks. He had 3 runs batted in Game 7 of the World Series, including one of the biggest clutch hits in Mets history, a 2-run 6th-inning single, which cut the Red Sox lead to 3-2. His mastery in the field earned him the 9th of his incredible 11 consecutive Gold Glove awards. Mookie Wilson hit .289 with 25 steals during the 1986 regular season. He certainly was a franchise icon, having so much more to do than just hitting that memorable ground ball. He currently ranks 2nd in franchise history with 281 stolen bases as a Met, and was one of the most electrifying players in the history of the New York Mets. Fans, give it up for your 1986 World Champion New York Mets. Fans, if you are able, please rise and remove your caps and join us as we honor the special memories of the teammates and coaches from the 1986 Mets who are no longer with us. Davey Johnson, Gary Carter, Bill Robinson, Mel Stottlemyre, Vern Hoshite, Frank Cashin, and Buddy Harrelson. Thank you. And now, performing the national anthem today, please welcome acclaimed actress, best known for her iconic role as mezzo-soprano on the hit HBO series The Sopranos, Jamie Lynn Sigler.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jamie. And now, to say a few words, please welcome all-time favorite and Mets Hall of Famer, Mookie Wilson.
Thank you, Howie. And first, before I get started, I'm going to tell you I don't have a script. But if you watch me play over the years, I didn't play with a script. You shoot from the hip, and you play from the heart. First, I'd like to give thanks to Steve and Alex Cohen for providing this opportunity for a bunch of misfits to get together and share memories of a great time that we had at Shea Stadium. And it also gives us an opportunity to show our appreciation for the love that you guys, you Met fans, have shown us over the years. For 40 years, you have cherished us. You have celebrated us. You have welcomed us. And we want to thank you for allowing us to come to your home, to be part of your family, and enjoy the great game of baseball. And with that being said, let's go Mets!